So this all started with the idea of wanting to start something with Commandos Warzone. I have always wanted to do a series where you get to focus on someone like Commando, someone who doesn't come from the original five. The original five being Kill, Kessler, Matt, Ted, and Dr. Nukenvope. And the Kill saga obviously focused on Kill, with slight, focus on Kessler. Killer Ted always focused on Matt and Ted, and now Kessler Saga focuses on Kessler. Dr. Nukenvope always draws the short stick, but, you know. But I've always felt, like, very interested in showing character development for someone like Commando. And this is what I wanted to strive for with this crossover. Now, when it came to this crossover deals with a lot of different things. Obviously, this is, like, heavy spoilers, so go watch it, but this deals with the repercussions of the victim serum. Because the victim serum isn't just going to go away automatically. Like, just because Kill took down his father doesn't mean that it didn't have long-term effects on the world. You come to find out that someone who we've already seen an entire episode dedicated to, we didn't see their face, but they were the central focus of an episode, Kill Saga, the victim serum. We come to find out in Blood Rain that basically John Henderson became Blood Rain. And the reason as to why is because the victim serum had its effects on him. And you realize back, if you go see the victim serum, that even back then, he had displayed different kinds of effects that led to the direction of the, Ultimates having to take him down. And you get to see how Commando basically has to deal with the demons of his past, which is something that was already, basically the seeds were planted long ago that, Commando had fucked up. He made a mistake. And because of that, his demons came back to haunt him. And you get to see Commando try not only to redeem Blood Rain for all the horrible things that he's done, but also redeem himself because he technically did this to Blood Rain. If he never got involved with the Ultimates getting their blood, he wouldn't ever have given their blood to Kill's father, which would have, basically did what he did to Blood Rain. So, over the course of the crossover, you get to see different sides of, their interactions, right? So, Commando, before Blood Rain shows up, he is terrified of Blood Rain. He's not like, oh my god, like, I'm gonna shit myself, but he's like, this is someone we need to take seriously, right? Like, he's like, this is a threat, we need to treat it seriously. And you see as it goes on that Commando does not really want to harm Blood Rain. He feels bad. He's trying to reason with him, which is something you normally would see from Matt. You don't normally think of seeing this from Commando. And so you get to see him try to basically appeal to him, being like, hey, we avenged what happened to you. I'm sorry for what happened. I'm sorry for my part. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. Like, he keeps trying to talk to him. And it's not him trying to avoid punishment. It's him, Randall's trying to show Blood Rain, hey, don't end up like me. I made a mistake. Do not end up like me. And you see that the other members are not used to this kind of treatment from Commando. For instance, when he has the opportunity to kill Blood Rain, or, shoot him in the face, because we've seen in this crossover bullets don't really do anything to him. However, electricity does, so, obviously the Ultimate's theory is that, hey, electricity plus bullet might kill him. So when he has the opportunity to, maybe kill him, he doesn't do it. Instead, he knocks him out, which is to the shock of everyone else because they're like, this isn't how Command normally operates, and it's because he feels bad for what he did to Blood Rain. He knows at the end of the day he fucked up. And, you obviously get the episode where it deals with Commando and Blood Rain's past, and you see where Blood Rain comes from, because at the end of the day, Kill's father may be dead, but his effects on the world are still going to be present. For instance, the victim serum was made by him, aka affecting Blood Rain, but because Blood Rain had a negative effect to the victim serum, it wasn't just simple resurrection or healing his wounds or healing his diseases. He had a bad effect to it. It gave him different kinds of powers. And so because of that, because of the fact that the Ultimates had to get involved and take down the original version of John Henderson, Kill's father basically had his, Blood Rain's entire family killed. So you see where the resentment from Blood Rain would come from, because Obviously Teki was working with Kill's father and Seren, so he would obviously tell him, hey, Commando's to blame. And obviously Kill's father would say the same. So because of that, Blood Rain's already on a collision course because not only is Commando somewhat responsible for what happened to him, but also his family as well. So you see that, but you also see Commandos trying to really reason with him, trying to show him, hey, this is where I was coming from. I know I wasn't making the best choices. I am sorry. That is on me. And you see that throughout the crossover, Blood Rain is listening. It's not just oh, I'm not going to listen to you. You killed my family. He's listening to what Commando says, even though he's pissed and willing to kill him and the rest of the Ultimates. You see the Blood Rain throughout the crossover is even hesitant to go through with what he's doing as well. And you see on multiple different occasions he's thinking about, should I go through with this? This then leads into the finale. And this is the biggest what the fuck kind of moment, because you come to find out Teki cloned the Executioner 4 times. So the Executioners show up, and the Executioners immediately start taking on the Ultimates, right? They already blew up, their way into the house, knocking out a good chunk of them. And they start, basically harassing the Ultimates. And obviously Commando, he gets his fair share of kills in there, he kills, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, 3 of them. And 3 of the 4. And Commando is obviously really pissed, and this is, this entire crossover is, me focusing on Commando and showing how his character is growing. Same with Blood Rain, showing, character development for him as well. And this finale shows 2 things. One, it shows Commando starting to have emotion, right? More emotion, because Commando is the kind of character that he didn't really display emotion during the Kill Saga. He just never did. He was a stone cold killer. He was someone that went in and just got the job done. And he always talked calmly, and, he always handled himself well. And over time, he's had a little bit more of a I'm going to react kind of thing, right? He's had more personality, more, emotion. And, you even see this throughout the Blood Rain crossover, where he's basically trying to convince Blood Rain, hey, everything's not as it seems. He's showing, different emotions. He's becoming more well-rounded. And you especially see this in the finale where he is just pissed. He's like, you see him, because throughout the Kill Saga and Kessler Saga, you've never seen Commando mourn over the loss of Kill, or the Executioner, or Avalanche, or Spider-Ball, or etc. You've never seen him mourn over them. And during this finale, you see how serious he takes it, that someone is taking up the mantle of the Executioner and also using his weapon, even though it's a clone of him. You see how pissed he gets, you see how emotional he gets, and you just see a Commando that no longer is holding, he's not holding back. This guy is going all out because they mess with someone that he cared about. And you see sort of Commando showing that he cared for someone else other than his wife, because obviously, yeah, he cares about his teammates, but this is different. He's showing how much he really cared for the Executioner. And obviously that's going to go into more things that I plan to show in the future. But this also ends with Blood Rain deciding that he is going to fight alongside the Ultimates, and he helps them to take down 2 of the Executioners. And he, basically shows that at the end of the day, at least seemingly from this crossover, that while Commando did fuck up, he realizes that it wasn't entirely his fault. And, this also shows room for maybe they're going to come to blows again in the future, and they're going to have to see which one comes out on top, or it leaves room for Blood Rain to fully forgive Commando if he hasn't already. So this crossover definitely was to focus on Commando and Blood Rain to give them character development, because the first one was to focus on Kessler. The next coming episodes will also still focus on more characters, so I hope you guys enjoy that. I have been dying to show off this crossover, and honestly, Blood Rain is definitely one of my favorite characters that I have ever created. He is just so intimidating, he's really fun to play, and I just love the character design as well. Simple, sleek, but very memorable. I love Blood Rain, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this crossover as well. So with that, guys, I'm going to bring this one movie to close. Go Zomzone, and I'm out for now. Peace.